Good morning. Thank God the sound of my voice has awoken me and has allowed me to be awake enough in order to put out this video. Hoping that I do not forget what I just momentarily thought, I decided to do this video instead of jumping in the shower, and you couldn't give a flying, right? But I have to explain how my work is done because at the beginning this wasn't going to be shared. I just wanted to write a documentary of everything I've been doing and how I got to whatever answer I did get to on my adventure of how life was created, going into the future, looking back into the past, bringing today's science back to work. So what I end up with is, what is a precious metal? Gold, silver, but is this a metal or is it a metal? Which way do we spell it? Me or medieval? Mid saying halfway. In French it says, Mediterranean says, I said, tell that the rain is falling on I am. If the rain is falling on I am, my next adventure is to understand, and I'm hoping it's in here, is why was it sent? Gesundheit. Z, S, and 5 all look basically the same thing but mirrored. This would look like a 2, this would look like a 5, but it says cent. The 1 penny that adds on to everything that makes up the difference that is counted in 5 and 0, because only 5 and 0 counts. 0 counts with 8, 9. 0 counts with 1, 2. 1 and 2 is 3. 8 and 9 is 8. 3 and 8 is the church. 5 counts with 3 and 4, 7. That is the gateway. 5 counts with 5 and 6, 11. 7 come 11, 15 to 1. One of the circles of communication of the two sides of balance. Y is upside down because it has a footing. It has a footing in each world. It has an eye in each world, and it has an arc-en-ciel. Arc-en-ciel or an ark. What about an ark? Noah's Ark, Moses and the ark. A-R-K. A and R is one letter. They're both in the A family. K says K-A. It is not J-A, it is K-A. It's number 2. 1 and 1 equals 2. K-A is 1 plus 0 equals 0, but 0 equals 6. So J actually equals 7 and K equals 2. Venus, Uranus. At the same time, you can say Pluto, the birth of man, inside of Neptune, the water bearer. What is this brought up to? Lo Shu. The baptized in the Baltic, the running of the Mediterranean, and knowing that the Mediterranean could be halfway, or is it halfway because med or middle or medication that brings you from within the halfway point of the halfway house because you can't get it right. In life, you're supposed to be on one side. You're not supposed to be hyper according to the limit, because hyperactivity is how far you've gone into the rabbit hole because you can keep up with it. Oh, I'm in the hole, I'm out of the hole, I'm in the hole, out of the hole, 2 feet at a time, pa-boom, 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 because I'm a cat in a hat. I go through the rim. The rim is the universe. Throw the ball, hit the rim, ball bounces out. Was this a rim shot? Did it hit all net? If it hit all net, what was the distance of the man away? How tall is he? What was the angle of the throw? Or is there only one way to get all net from regardless of who it was? Water is so important, is it not? Baptizing Noah, Moses, splitting of the waters, splitting of the haircut onto 2 sides. I'm going to go back and see one of my next number. Moses. Mo says the word. Zest, it's going to be like Jesus. Mo says the word, but Jesus is like, je crois. The croix is the cross. In French, it says I believe. Je in English says I. Croix in French also says to wish. Croire. Bélier. Do we tie 10 up? I know the church will tie 10 up because right next to the church is the chicken by the river, and the river has a view. VI for life. EW for we. We is a special letter. 23rd letter and the 5th letter, both in the 5-5 family, equal to 28 and the cycle of the moon. Tie up 10, tie up 10, tie up the gateway to 7 up, the doorways to 5 and 5, the east-west movement of 4 and 6, the Federation, put all the chickens in a box. Elohim full of shit, or a bear shit in the woods. Where is the woods? But it's not the Woods family. They're tying up the chicken by the Goods family. Goods is God's. God's is G and G and runs by the cycle of Jesus. 7 and 4 and 7.4 is an average dog's life. And 7 and 4 is part of the diamond world, in where the 9 lives of the cat sits and rests. 666, 25, 666, 9 divided by 666 equals to 7.4. 7 times 4 is 28 and 11. 11 is that cycle, 711. 711. 711. Why? Because the total of 2 left and 2 right from 7 is 11. And the reality is you're all going from 9. They show you the spread. You want the spread? We'll go to Las Vegas to find the Las Vegas card in Hoover Dam 88. Where Grover Cleveland passed through the president twice at 22 and 24. Why did the chicken cross the road? From 2 needed to get to 4. X marks the spot. So we mark the spot by crossing the road. We won't count the division of 2, 3, and 4, which is the jail between 1 and 5. We don't count 1 and 5. It is the maximum and is the single-digit minimum. The difference of this is 1, 2, 300. The difference of this is 15 and 4 is 19. 3, 19. 9 and 6, 15, 19. 19 and 19, not 1 and 9 is 10. 1 and 9 is 10. 3, 1, 1. 1, 3, 1. The cycle of 11. 3 is the lowest, 5 is the highest, electric company. 15 equals 6, equals 9, 6 and 9 rotation. 15 equals 6, 6, 9, 6 rotation. 12, 13, 14. When we take 1 and 3 together for 13, we get 90, that is the birth. When we take 10 and 3 for 13, we get 95. This is the center rotation. 90, 95, 80, 85, 70, 75. Those are the rotations. Rotations in the sky, a father. Father's in the sky. Because we reverse 21 with 56. What is the father? Father for this 56, reverting from 39 to sky. 21 here is 77. This is father's son. 65, 95, it comes out of the same numbers. 65 flipped upside down. This is standing for the oceans, I believe, of Neptune, run by the sky of Venus. Now, why would I say the sky of Venus? And the reason for that is because of the gateway. 7 by 7 equals 49. The word for 8 equals 49. The word for 9 equals 42. 40. 80, 91 is the spirit. The spirit runs in Venus. A and H is A and piano, 2 aces, because the 8th one is also. But if you go 1 and 8 is 9. 8 and 9 stick together, H and I, because it is the bed. The I goes along the bed to hold the 2 pillars inside. When the bed falls, that gives you your angle, and I'll explain that in a minute. Orange, I know I'm all over, but orange is the result of red and yellow. Yellow equals to 11, 2. This one equals to 9, 2. 9 and 2, which is the sky, equaling to this color, equals to the time on the clock, 60. We have 60 for every time you see a 0. A number, a single number, add 60 to it. The clock and 6. Inside 45 degrees, what is 45 degrees? And before anything begins, you must be whole yourself and 45 degrees, because once you make a movement, that movement will create the 45 degrees. So if you move, you must fill in that 45, which is 39 the sky, plus 6 of who you are, the difference taking up space. 45 is 1/4. Okay, actually 45 degrees is 1/4 of 8, which is 90 minutes. 1/16. Is it 1/16? It's an eighth. An eighth leaves 45 degrees. How can I exactly say this? Not 45 minutes, because 45 minutes is now 315 degrees, if I get that correct. 315 says ace. 90 minutes is 45 angle on a 365 degrees. And you must go to 315, okay, on your clock in order for any part of that clock to count. we count for 1.25 multiplied by everything, because when you start, if I start here and I go all the way around, I only come back to me, but I haven't gone back to the beginning of my start. My start is leaving and getting to here. If I only get back to here, I only get back home. I go back to the start. We all leave from here. No one gets here. When you're dead, you come back here. It's the only time. So does that mean I skip it and get to here, go all the way to this corner, keep missing this corner of birth, and always going back this way? If you want to look at it another way, passing over number 5 all the time, skipping the corner. So if this had anything to do with your mind, you'd never get back to the corner to reconnect every day. If God was streaming and he started to stream on Wednesday, and that Wednesday stream made all the way back to Wednesday, in the Spanish say Wednesday is miraculous, which is luck, okay, then we have to rest on the 5th, 6th, and 6th day, because God begins to stream on day 7 again. On Sunday, Sunday, God would start to stream again. So he streams, that's why it's sort of the first day of the week, and he streams all the way to Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's the Shabbos, and then he starts again the next morning to stream us. We are the Baltic, the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean, okay, you must reach 42. 40 plus 2 to get to the Mediterranean. Let me explain how it works. You go onto the board of Monopoly. You count the whole board as 40. But to begin, you must stay on go and then go to the next a property on the Monopoly board, and that property is number 2, and it's the Mediterranean. You don't start the Monopoly game 0 to 1. You start the Monopoly game from 1 to the next number. You start the dice game from 0 to 1. You have the dice in your hand, you dice, it becomes 0, 1. But in Monopoly, you start from a property, from a place. So there's 40 places in Monopoly, but only 39 can count, because you are somewhere. As long as you have money, you're in the game. 1, 3, and 5 says ace. It also says me. It also represents the 13 and the 5 ball, the orange ball in pool, which now is represented by the yellow and red, 1 and 9, and 3 and 11, Nibiru. What is half? Half is 2 and 4. Half is 3 and 6. Half is 4 and 8. Half is 6 and 12. But we bar the 6 and 12. And half is everything here, which is 1 and 2, and that's why I don't put it. So 1 and 2 is a losing number, and also 1 and 2 is 3. It is the lowest 3 that can connect a red planet. 1 between 2. 2 is on the side, and what is the 2? It is the 1 and 3 conjunction with the single one that passes through the center. 2 passes through 1 and 3. 6 passes through 3 and 9. 2, 2, 2 equals to that 6. 3, 3, 3 equals to that 9. 1, 4, and 7 does not calculate. So every one of these is half. This counts for space, but this is the middle of life, because it is the highest you can get on a cube. And this creates everything. 3 by 6 is 18. 1 and 8 is everything. 1 around 8. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 plus 6 is 9. 18 equals 1 and 8, 9. 3, 6 equals 9. And 9 plus 18 equals 27. 2 and 7 is 9. The reality of how we got to all our 9s is through halfway 3 and 6, where the below was 2 and 4, and the above was 4 and 8. This is the space we live in. This is number 48. It's created by 6 and 8. Who lives there? The 9 lives of the cat, because 9 is the bar in the bed where I is created, creating the same letter, and N and Z and T is the same letter, because it's T from one side and then it's T from the other side. If we're not holding it up this way, T from one side, T from the other side. It is N and Z that connect them together. The question is it go N first and then Z? Or is it NZN? 1426 equals to 40. N equals to the sun. Z will equal to the transmission and the crossover of the sun. They must come together 2 different angles. One is 90, the other one is 45. The 45-degree angle either runs on the calculator 753, or you can see the Aleph letter running this way, okay, and on the numbers at 159. And where when you go to a debit machine, you will see the Q, the 17th letter, 1 and 7 is 8, and the Z, 26th letter, 2 and 6 is 8. On the number 1, 26 and 17 equals to 43 DC. Which number does it come from? It comes from the number 7 Uranus, where they take away 17 from the real value. It was valued at 71. Now it's evaluated at 53, where the Z was evaluated at 92. The 9 number, where they took it away and put it on the 1, take away 26 from Z, which was valued at 98. H and I, now it's valued at 72. 9 is now valued in time. And where does it go to? It goes to number 1. Now it's 7 times 2, which will create number 23. So 9 was recreated into 23. 23 will create 56, which is the first number. Just like saying 1, 5 and 6 is 1, go. Because you've now moved, okay? You've now moved 1 and 2 over to 5 and 6, where 2 is now 6 in the 369 region, where 1 plays from 5. And the ace card backs me up, as when you play blackjack, it's 11, and it plays from the dead center, or because dead center says I can go anywhere I want, and at the same time, the center is the 5 position, but on a card, it's not the 5, it's actually the 9 position on a card, in where the 5 and the 1 get lost inside the 9. 1 and 5 get lost inside the 9, so 9 becomes 9, 5, and 1. 1, 5, is 9 is A, E, and I, and that is the hard leg for Aleph in Hebrew. The hard leg for Aleph in Hebrew. The hard leg for Aleph, the angle of Aleph. Which way do I have to open this book? Aleph. This is the leg I'm talking about. See the N? And then it's no longer here because it goes into 5. It doesn't play out of 6. These are all connected together. They design it purposely like this. Then they show us socks. And these realities of paint, numbers, Chaldean, gematria. Tom Henry or John Henry building the train tracks. The tracks go this way, the rails go this way. How come? The train goes this way. Why do you put the tracks this way? Stability, support. Is there anything else? I said precious. Gold. Gold. Gold equals to the number 38. Church equals to the number 38. Gold. 7, 6, 3, 4. The moon diameter 3, 4, 7, 6. And the word gold, the same thing. Silver. Matrix 8558, standing for the one spirit. Metal, medieval, Baltic, or lab rat, or the tick of the clock. You want to say balance? Read it backwards. Say lance or ants. Say, forget about ants, just use this part and put it first. It's science, lab science, Labrador science, done in the cold. Eastern Canada. Needing cold, we need hot, we need cold, we need science. We need the extremities, we need the worst. If we want to create the best and understand the difference, we need to see everything. I need you as my memory. I'm going to open up the internet because something's missing, and somebody out of the 7 billion people will give the answer to our watch networks. Our watch network service, because somebody is paying top value to get the smartest guy in the world, giving him the best salary to drive the best cars, and lo and behold, we don't even know it. We're working for somebody who wants to know more, who's looking for more than just selling his product and getting money, because money has no value. Money gives you work to reinvest that you can't lose it because you want to use it, because you always want to grow. You grow, you spend it, you grow mentally. Your knowledge is great, but still you run into frustration because it's not the money you're looking for. You're looking for action and reaction. That is science. Mathematics, art, is to put the reality together by a color, by a number, by an angle of a shape. Look, 35, 36, 24, 36 sounds like a good shape to me, but I've never seen it before, but I understand the angle. They said she's that. Follow my grip. Standing straight out. If I said something standing straight out, would you actually understand the angle? It's standing right up there like a flagpole. The flag is hanging high. The wind is blowing. You tell the lady down there, hey man, if you don't start blowing, how do you want me to raise the flag? Just let me look back to what else I would like to look into. Yes, one other thing. 64, 6 plus 4, 6 times 4, X in Roman numerals, X in the alphabet. 19 and 14 equals 33. Abraham, 57, 76. This equals 13. This equals 2. This equals 4. This equals 2. That's the first part of your half. 2 and 4 is 1/2, equaling to this. So we get numbers from numbers. 20 and 26 don't count. 21 to 25, it's 100, which equals 166 plus the 15. 1 to 5 equals to 15. Or it equals to 4 and 6. Equals to 4 and 6. Equals to 181. H and I. 17, 17, 34 equals to the one spirit through Venus. Nickel or cinders. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, comes out of the last 3 letters, which also marks the key. Or the part to Cinderella. Let's go down the rabbit hole to understand how the big clock works before we take one of the 2 pills. We want to see something that hangs. What is the difference between a square and a triangle? Is when I hang the square, my center point of gravity is over here. But when I hang the triangle, it's down below. Look at the angles that are left over here. Here I'll get 4. Here I'll get 2. And so forth. What is the levels? You don't complete the levels till you reach level 4. Actually, you complete the level when you reach level 3, right? But that resolves in one complete area space, because the in-between level is the line you run on, the line you walk. 4 corners, 1 level, 2 levels below, and the floor in between, where all the wires go. So the 4th level repeats, because the 4th level will give the top level wires and the bottom level wires. So you only work one or the other. Okay, if you want to talk 9, 10, 11, 12, you have the 1st level completion, you have the 2nd level completion, you have the 3rd level completion, and then we need the 4th level, counting for the roof and the floors, counting for the sky. 10, 11, and 12, 33. 0 equals 6 equals 39, equaling to the sky. This, 39, and all 3 and 9s, all 27s will resemble Red and Saturn. Tighten up the Jacquois. I did Chaldean and Mars. There's multiplications. Turquoise, the number 85, 58, 13, and 40 has been coming up, which is electric company. Electric company, big time coming up. June also says yellow at the same time because it's jaune. It also says 1 of 1 moon, so it's almost like the representation of the June moon, which is happening right now. So this is the last moon covering the next cycle. Why do I say that? Because the moon is out right now. Whatever cycle is going to be and is, and that's why I said it, because of its own reality. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. How's this place looking this morning? Yeah, she's looking mighty fine. She's looking mighty fine. Yep, that floor is all painted by numbers. Thank you, Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus in the year 5776, ending to begin 5777, which says Egypt. And who won the Belmont Stakes, the Preakness, the Churchill Downs, and what they call the Kentucky Derby. Yes, there was a Triple Crown winner, and they call him American Pharoah. How fitting. You like my little aliens? Right over here. The father and the mother and the baby in between. The filler of all. And then you see the rabbit hair. You see the part of the rabbit connecting the heads. And then you see what happens to connect the body. And that's why the mother only has 1 leg, because they can only keep you inside with 1 leg, so we're all split. Raphael 7286, based on your own perception. I try to bring things together for our own perception so that we come together, so we can learn to that if we can communicate, then we can actually solve problems. And solving problems is what this is all about, right? Mathematics, right? But this one, the greatest problem solved is when we have a unity, which is the in-between of 2 sides is basically understood to be the same, so we can never run into any rock and roll. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus running under the night of the cube. Thank you.